Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. I have a fair number of hand planes. Today, we're going to talk about why I have so many hand planes. I get a lot of questions about what's my favorite hand plane, what should I buy for my first hand plane, do you even use those hand planes? Today we're going to answer some of the FAQs about my planes and what they get used for. We're going to go through them and talk about why I have them, whether I like having them, whether I would have them again. The answer is yes, I would have them again. But let's get into some plane talk. We'll talk about my planes today. We'll go through them and we'll talk about the hows and whys and whos and whats and wheres and whatnots about hand planes. Well, my hand planes. Come on! The whos and whats and wheres and whatnots. That's what we're going to do. Come on! Okay, so my hand planes are kind of divided. Left side is sort of old school. Right side is kind of new school, I suppose. So let's work our way down. We'll talk about my number 8 Type 6, my number 6 Type 6. They are my big, long, hefty guys that are good for being heavy. That's what they're good for. They're good for being heavy and long. Made in approximately 1888. The Type 6 was made from about 1888 to about 1892, I believe. I don't use them a ton, but I love that I have them. And eventually I would love to have that be my whole set. Down this left side, a matching set of Type 6s. But that's just, dreaming and hopes and dreams. We gotta have hopes and dreams. My 5.5... I picked up because I didn't have a 5.5. I think I probably got it at a garage sale for 15 or 20 bucks, thinking that I would refurbish it and get it back into proper working order. I have since decided that friend of the show, Tim Mallon, is going to be getting this one mailed to him to do the refurb for me. So watch for that episode to come up on the channel at some point. This is probably going off to him later this week. Similar idea with my 4.5 and my 3. I got them because I didn't have a 4.5 or a 3, and they weren't in great shape, and the price was right. I don't think I've ever used any of these 3 just because they are not in proper working condition, and I just have no interest in getting them there. Honestly, I got them thinking that would be something I would enjoy. Turns out that I have since decided that's not something I'm going to enjoy. So Tim's going to refurb that one. I don't know what's going to happen with the 4.5 and my 3. Like I said, eventually I am hoping that I can get all Type 6s down this side just to have a nice clean matching set. But who knows? This side is where my real users come into play. This side are the ones that actually get most of the use when it comes to planing in my shop. These two up here I actually made. They don't get a ton of use, but I made them early on in my woodworking journey. I actually got the idea for making them and followed along with David Picciuto. When he made a hand plane, he made it look like something that would be fun to do and it would be cool to have them. So I made a couple of those years and years ago. Well, 7, 8 years ago maybe. This is the workhorse of the shop. This is my Veritas low angle jack plane. Probably gets 80% of the planing work in my shop. Most operations that I do are done with either my low angle jack or my low angle smoother. These are Veritas hand planes. Veritas makes a fantastic hand plane. They are not inexpensive. They are a high quality, well produced, high functioning tool, and I love them dearly. Most of the work in my shop gets done. These two are almost interchangeable. If I don't need the extra length that the jack gives me, I'll go to the smoother. Sometimes I decide which one I want to use simply because it's the one that's sharper right then, I'll be honest. Similar idea with my block planes. I've got a DX60 from Veritas and an apron plane from Veritas. Sometimes I choose one over the other because of which one happens to be sharper right then. Sometimes I choose the one that I didn't pick last time so that it doesn't feel left out, because I'm weird like that. And then I've got this little guy right here. This is my Lee Valley. I got it at Lee Valley. It's not a Veritas, but it's a little rosewood. I don't know if you can see that. It's a roundover plane. It's an 1/8 inch roundover plane, so it rides on the edge of a board and creates an 1/8 inch roundover along the edge of something. I love it dearly. I don't use it very much because most of the time if I need a roundover that small, I'm probably just going to break the edge with a block plane and then hit it with a little bit of sandpaper. But I do love it, and I do use it once in a while when I feel like having fun with a little mini rosewood hand plane. Then I have some of these little guys that my friend Paul Waldrop sent. These are little brass luthier planes. I have not used these yet. Well, actually, that's not true. I do use this little sort of bullnose guy once in a while to get glue out of the inside corner of something. This is great for that. But these guys, my friend Paul sent me, and I love them, and I will use them where applicable when the opportunity arises. But mainly they're just cool and neat and cute, and I love them. Yeah. So those are my planes. I also, hold on. Time out. I have one more that I should probably show you, even though it doesn't get used, but I love it. This, unfortunately, I wish it'll live back up here at some point. This is my Stanley 45. I own this because I want to. It's set up to make a 1/4 inch groove, a 1/4 inch from maybe drawer bottoms or something like that is the way that it's set up. But it's a combination plane. It's got a whole set of different kinds of cutters. I have not typed my 45, so I don't know how old it is, but I know that it's stupid old. And I love it, and I love that I own it, and shut up. Okay? That's why. Sometimes you can own things because you love owning them. And that's all the reason you need. Okay, let's get into some advice. Is it advice? I don't know if I can call it advice. Some things to think about when you're looking at hand planes. My personal opinion on shopping for hand planes. So do you need an 8 and a 7 and a 6 and a 5.5 and a 5 and a 4.5 and a 4 and a 3 and a low angle jack and a low angle smoother and a roundover plane and a couple of block planes and some little brass luthier planes? Obviously not. You obviously don't need that. But is it awesome? Yes, it is. What do you actually need? You don't need hand planes. I'm going to be honest. You can get work done without a hand plane. Is your work going to be better? And are you going to experience more joy while you're creating your work if you incorporate hand planes? Yes, you will. And yes, it is. What I recommend people start with in terms of planes is a high quality, well manufactured, low angle, either jack or smoothing plane from a company like Veritas. I have no affiliation with Veritas, but they make a wicked awesome tool, and it's a premium price that you're paying, but it is absolutely worth it. It tells you what a plane should do. You can absolutely start with garage sale finds and tune them up and get them running just as well. But if you don't know what you're trying to get to in terms of functionality, it's really, really difficult. And so I recommend you buy once and cry once with a good bench plane, whether it's a number 5 or a low angle something or a number 4. that isn't cheap Chinese garbage, and a block plane of some kind. You don't need a DX60 Veritas, but it's great. I'm not going to tell you not to get one. But a high quality block plane and a high quality either 4 or 5 or low angle, something in that range, place to start. It's going to hurt your wallet a little bit, but that's where I recommend people start, because then you know what a plane is supposed to do and you know how much joy it can bring you. And then if you want, you can start finding cheap garage sale stuff. And if you like tuning up and rehabbing tools, you can get a lot of good work done with old school planes. You can pay other people to fix them up and things for you too, and save some money that way. But I do recommend a high quality, well manufactured bench plane in a 4 or 5 size and a block plane. You can get all of your work done. I mean, you can get all your work done without a plane at all. But that's where I would start if I wanted to get into hand planes. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some information about the planes that I have, why I use them, where I use them, maybe. If you have any questions, absolutely leave them down in the comment section. I'm happy to answer them. Check out some of my old videos to see me using hand planes in various capacities. And that's it for this one. Okay, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. See you next time. Bye for now. What planes do you have? What planes do you like? Leave those down in the comments too. Help everybody out. All right. Bye for now. Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. I have quite a few hand planes, and I get a lot of questions about my hand planes. From what's your favorite hand plane, which is impossible to answer, to what hand plane should I buy, which is almost impossible to answer, because I don't make your decisions for you. You're a grown-up, you make your own decisions. Okay, so my plane wall is kind of divided into old school and new school, I suppose, in general. Let's start going down the left here. We've got my Type 6s up at the top here. Eventually, I would love for this whole side to just be a matching set of Type 6s. Type 6 Stanley hand planes were made between about 1888 and 1892, and I love that. They're stupid old. They're old like my friend Tim. Who still remembers when they went to Talkies. Oh, I make myself laugh. So today let's answer some of those questions. We're going to go through my plane collection and talk about which ones I have, which ones I like that I have. I mean, I like that I have all of them. I want all of the planes. Just give me all the planes. Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. I have a fair number of hand planes, and because I make content for the internet, I get a lot of questions about those hand planes. And so today we're going to answer some of those. I'm going to go through my hand planes, talk about which ones I have, which ones I like. I like them all. Stop saying that you're going to talk about which ones you like. You like all of the planes. I like all of your planes too. I like all of his planes. I like all of her planes. Okay, so do you need an 8 and a 7 and a 6 and a 5.5 and a 5 and a 4.5 and a 4 and a low angle jack and a low angle smoother and some little bronze luthier planes and a couple of block planes and a round over plane and everything else? Do you need all of that? Absolutely, yes, you do. And you should spend all of your money on them, because your planes will bring you more joy than your money does. Yeah. It's not wrong. And we'll talk about hand planes in general. We'll do hand plane talk. We'll do plane discussions. Hand planeology. Hand planography. And so these guys are about 135 years old-ish, give or take. They look pretty good for being 135. You're just talking. You're just saying words. They don't even mean anything. I mean, they mean things. Okay, so over here on the left side of my plane wall, we've got sort of the old guard, the antiques, the old grizzled vets, the well-worn. These planes have seen some things. They've seen some things. Not all of them were pleasant. Some of them they don't talk about. These planes, for fun, they go out in the street and they roll a wooden wheel with a stick.